Greetings fellas, Mediocre here. We are looking at one of the rarest risers in the world and one of only one in Malaysia. So I've just come back from KMK Siri 3 Barebow and it was a pretty good competition and I learned quite a lot. Now, let's go to the riser. This is a Barebow hunting centric riser. As you can see there is a sight mount here, but it's actually covered and it's elevated from the lighting shown here. Now, as you can see from the riser handle here, and there's this little curved part here, this is for hunting risers only, but now this is going to be the gold standard for Barebow too, because this allows you to run either a hunting setup or a metal arrow rest setup. And as you can see, there's two different hole sizes, one for the plunger and one for the screw here. Unlike other risers from YWIS Hoyt, you've got two plunger holes of the same size, but this one is a different size. The screw here, however, you can see here, this is the proprietary screw. Ignore the arrow rest. The arrow rest is already set up and does not come with the riser, but this is a buy drop. Very high level rest, not for beginners. Right, so coming up the top part here, you can see that there is a stainless steel or aluminum, I forgot what it is called, as well as a very exposed limb bolt. And this is an ILF riser. As you can see, it's really new, shiny. It's only been shot once or something. And here there is a proprietary weight system. These two very heavy ball bearings there. But as you can see, that the weight system is of different sizes. The two weights are very different. So one is for a threaded hole and one is for an unthreaded hole. So as you can see, the threaded hole is this one and this one here is unthreaded. So that means it's easier for you to mount the weights on. Now when the riser came to me, it was actually sealed. These two holes here were actually sealed, but I removed the seal and now it's exposed. But the riser that came to me has only one pair of these weights, but ideally you can actually buy another one, so there is two sticking out right here. Next, the breast part here. The breast limb pocket below makes the bow a lot heavier than the bottom limb pocket, and as you can see that this is gold, very shiny gold, and this is very black. It's kind of like shiny black but not matte black, right? So this breast is going to be a lot heavier than the top. This eye left again, and when the bow is already out from the factory, it was laser limb aligned and checked. So the limbs are straight and the bolts are already set down for me, right? So coming down to the grip here, you can see that this is already embedded in a riser, but you can actually get some 3D printed grips like this one over here. You can see that this is really 3D printed. Like put this in through here, just like that. There we go. But it's kind of like flimsy if you hold it up. See, it's a little bit flimsy, but the grip is 3D printed and it just slides on like that, right? So I'll just put the grip off. I prefer to shoot it without the grip anyway, so here it is. So the other hardware that came along with this is going to be your spanner, a few other bolts like these. I don't know where the bolts actually go. Then there are a few other stuff like the caps. The caps, as you can see here, fit into this hole. So this is to prevent water from entering the holes, as the riser is made of wood and it is porous. Right, so then we've got 4 of these very tiny screws that are replacements for this screw here. That's for the limb alignment. Right, so that's pretty much it for this riser. Other things to note is this is a left-handed riser, obviously, since I'm left-handed. As you can see, that drag bill by drop is a bit too long, so you might want to use a Spigarelli ZT short. So I'm gonna buy that later. But when I did a few test shots from this riser, it seems that everything looks very nice. It shoots pretty well. Shot at 18 meters, I grouped pretty well around the red and yellow ring on the 40 cm target. Right, so that's pretty much it for this part of the view.